students, I hope all of you are doing good. Let's start today's chapter, direct and inverse proportion. After reading this chapter, you will be able to know about direct proportion and indirect proportion. Okay, so let's get started. Introduction. If you go to market and ask the rate of oranges, the shopkeeper says 12 rupees for 4 pieces. Now, if you want to buy more than 4 oranges or less than it, we can calculate the cost by first calculating the cost price of 1 orange and then calculate the required cost. Also, we can see that more the number of items, more the price we have to pay, and vice versa. On the other hand, there are some situations where the calculation is not done in this way but in opposite way. For example, if we have to cover a distance of 100 km with a speed of 40 km per hour, it will take 2.5 hours to cover this distance. But if the speed is 25 km per hour, it will take 4 hours to cover the same distance. That is, if the speed is less, then time taken will be more. If a work is completed by 5 men in 10 days, the same work if done by 10 men will obviously be completed in less than 10 days. Okay. So there are many more situations in day-to-day life we come across where we need to study how variation in one quantity brings the variation in the other quantity. To understand such situations and answer such type of questions, we need to study the concepts of variation or proportion. So there are two types of variation or proportions, that is direct proportion and inverse proportion. Okay, direct proportion. If cost of 1 kg rice is rupees 40, then cost of 4 kg rice will be 4 into 40 obviously, and that of 10 kg rice will be 10 into 40 and so on. So we see that as the weight of rice increases, here weight of rice is increasing and so the price is also increasing. So if we find the ratio weight of rice to the corresponding cost, we see that 1 by 40 is equals to 4 by 160 is equals to 10 by 400 is equals to constant. That means the ratio remains constant. Fine, 1 by 40 is equals to 4 by 160 is equals to 10 by 400. Okay, see, 4 ones are 4, 4 fours are 16, 0 0 goes, 1 by 40, 1 by 40, 1 by 40, this is constant. Okay, so let us take one more example. See, number of books are increasing and cost is also increasing, of course. Here we note that there is an increase in cost corresponding to the increase in the number of books. Also, ratio of number of books to the corresponding cost is constant. If we find the ratio of all, we will find that this is constant. That means x by y is equals to constant. So both these examples are cases of what? Direct variation, right? Direct variation, when two quantities x and y vary such that ratio x by y remains constant and positive, then we say x and y vary directly and the variation is called direct variation. Okay, that is x by y is equals to k or x is equals to ky. Let us consider any two values of x, say x1 and x2 with their corresponding values of y as y1 and y2. Okay, x1 is equals to ky1, x2 is equals to ky2. So x1 by x2 is what? ky1 by ky2. Okay, k goes. So x1 by x2 is equals to y1 by y2, which helps us to find the value of any of x1, x2, y1 and y2 when other three are unknown. Okay, example. If cost of 10 notebooks is 225, find the cost of 25 or 45 such notebooks. Okay, so first we will make a table. Okay, we will write first number of books and then cost in rupees. Okay, so what values are given? See, cost of 10 notebooks is what? 225, and we have to find the cost of 25 such notebooks. So ratio of notebooks, what will be the ratio? 10 by 25 is equals to 225 by x. Okay, and 10x is equals to 225 into 25 and x is equals to 225 into 25 upon 10. So in this way we will find the value of x, which is this 562 rupees and 50 paise, right? Now second, ratio of notebooks is 10 by, okay, now we have to find in second part, what we have to find is cost of 45 such notebooks. Okay, now this time we will write here 45. So 10 by 45, 45 is what? Is this 225 by x. Okay, 225 by x, and x is equals to 225 into 45 by 2. So the value of x is this. That means the cost of 45 such notebooks is rupees 1012 and 15 paise, right? Similarly, you will do example 2 also. Let's do exercise 13.1. If x varies directly as y, then fill in the blanks. Okay, so x and y are given. So 20 by 30 is equals to 4 by y. So y, 20y is equals to 4 into 30. Okay, and y is equals to 4 into 30 by 20. 0, 0 cancels, 2 2s are 4. So y is equals to 6. So the value of y is 6 here, right? Next, inverse proportion. In the previous section, we have learnt about the direct variation. That is when two quantities increase or decrease together in the same ratio. The variation is known as direct variation. On the other hand, there are some situations where with the increase in one quantity, there is a decrease in the other quantity. For example, if 20 men can finish a job in 10 days, then one man alone will do the same job in 200 days. Two quantities x and y are said to vary inversely to each other. If the product xy is constant, that is xy is equals to k, where k is a positive non-zero integer. If y1, y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1, x2 of x respectively, then see, in this case, what will happen? x1, y1 is equals to x2, y2 is equals to k, or x1 upon x2 is equals to y2 upon y1. Okay, and we say that x and y are inverse proportion, right? See this example. In which of the following cases x and y vary inversely? Okay, so here see, 9 into 8 is equals to 72. 18 into 4 is also 72. 36 into 2 is also 72, and 72 into 1 is also 72. Okay, so product xy is constant, therefore in this case x and y vary inversely. Then let's check out second case. 2 into 30 is 60, 4 into 20 is 80, and 16 into 6 is 96, and 64 into 2 is 120. Now in this case, product is not constant, therefore this do not vary, that is x and y do not vary inversely. Okay, similarly you will do third part also. Okay, example 4, which of the following vary inversely to each other? The number of pens x one can buy with rupees 20 and cost y of 1 pen. Okay, so this is inverse variation. Next, the length x of a journey by bus and price y of the ticket. This is direct variation, because as the length of journey increases, price of the ticket also increases. Okay, and 3 is number of persons x hired to construct a wall and the time y taken. Okay, if number of persons increases, then the time decreases. If number of persons decreases, time increases. So this is inverse variation. Okay. Example 5, in a girls' hostel, there is food provision for 40 days for 50 girls. Okay, if 30 more girls join the hostel, how long the food provision will last? Okay, there are 40 girls. Okay, and there is a provision of food for 50. There are 50 girls and provision of food is for 40 days. Now the 30 more girls join them, means number of girls have increased. Now the food will last longer or not? Of course not, because number of girls has increased. So this is inverse variation. Okay, so you will make a table first. Okay, number of girls. Okay, there were 50 girls, and number of days 40 days. Now 30 more join them. So you will not write here 30, okay? You will not write 30 because 30 more girls join the hostel. So it's 50 plus 30, that is 80. Now we have to find out this, okay? So 50 into 40 is equals to 80 into x, and x is equals to 50 into 40 by 80. 0, 0 goes, 4 2s are 8 and 25. That means the food will last for 25 days only, okay? Now let's do exercise 13.2. Fill in the blanks if x and y vary inversely. So x, y, 12 dash 16, 6, 24 dash, okay. This is y or a. 12 into a is equals to 16 into 6. So a is equals to 16 into 6 by 12, okay. 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 2 8s are 16. So the value of a is 2, okay. So here you will write 2. Now this one, let this be b. 16 into 6 is equals to 24 into b, okay, and 16 into 6 upon 24 is equals to b. So 6 1s are 6, 6 3s are 24. So b is equals to 16 by 3, or you can write it in point also, right students? Now you will do practice of the remaining exercise.